All right. What we're looking at here is a toroidal transformer. You got a round ring here that they wrap the primary and secondary windings around, and it's whatever number of ratio of windings the primary to the secondary have. That's the voltage that comes out. You have to wind it with a different number of wraps because it hasn't got any center tap, multiple center taps, and configurable connections. One of these had a video of the things being made. It's just not this one. Let's go to. Okay, this is Tyler Jack Bow. I have to look to find out what his company name is. But he gave me a good price on either 5,000 or 6,000. And I was concerned that being in a square enclosure like this, I couldn't see what was inside. So he sent me pictures, and you can make out the round transformer in here. And you can see that it's round down in there. So he sent what pictures he could, sitting at his desk, I guess. Anyway, what is your company? Tyler Jack. Oh, Hangzhou Joy Kitchen Equipment Company. Hangzhou Joy Kitchen Equipment Company. L something. I guess that's limited. I don't know. In any event, they sent all kinds of nice stainless kitchen equipment for, medium-sized commercial kitchens right out through something you'd have in a giant hotel. The transformers were $100 a piece, and shipping was terrible expensive. I don't know whether I got 5,000 volt amps or 6,000. There was not enough difference in price not to buy them. These ones are nice because the labels are in English, and you have some nice big blocks to put your screws under. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 8 screws. I would guess you can input 110 or 240 and then cut it in half, or maybe it's 480 volt in half. But you can specify what you want. But the toroidal transformer, $100 a piece. And what we're going to do with these, let's see, we'll go back to what we're going to do with these things. We're going to put one in the power room for the house, the utility room. And we've run 110 volt wires to all the sub panels out there. So if we have one of these 50-pound transformers, thing's about 10 inches square and 20 inches long. But he'll have to have his own series shelf to sit on. But if we connect that to the 110 volt and neutral in the power room, then there'll be wires run to every one of the sub panels up above. So like bedrooms, living room, dining room, I don't know what, all those bottom ring rooms. The big thing you want to do is get it to all the bedrooms. This is a 50 amp service. So we're going to run one there. We're going to put one of them in the dirty kitchen, one of them in the house kitchen, one of them in the powerhouse for the solar panels, just for running tools and who knows what down there. There's 6 altogether. One's a spare. I don't know how many I named. Oh, We're going to set up a counter in the pantry. That's where all her 110 volt electrical gizmos are supposed to be is wired into that countertop. So that'll be 110 only, no 220 in that room. So that's where they're going. Plus we have a spare. And once you have the silicon iron core, you can have these things rewound in the Philippines for next to nothing. They have no problem getting magnet wire. They rewire fans and electric motors and all kinds of stuff. And it's not very expensive. I got Westinghouse fans, which have a really crappy run capacitor. They're forever going slower and slower and slower till they quit. And I was having trouble getting the right capacitors. So I put one in that was close. That's apparently the worst thing you can do. It won't run without it, you know. And they would run 3 months. But as soon as they started slowing down, you had to change it. And my problem was working over my head on a ladder because I'm old and my balance isn't all that great. I'm just not comfortable up 12 feet off the floor anymore. So I had to take the light fixture off the bottom of the fan, and then there's a little shelf in there, and all that stuff is screwed to that. The next time I change one, I have the correct capacitors. Plus, Westinghouse, after I bought mine, they changed to a triple capacitor. It shifts. It's got 3 different capacitance ratings on the same little plastic block. So it probably will never blow one up again. But of the 5 fans I've got, I've had 4 of them rewound. They're nice, quiet. They're not hard to balance. You just have to get the blades at the same pitch. You measure from the ceiling up to the leading edge of the blade. Put some masking tape, put a number on it, go to the next blade. You find the one that's the most out, and you bring the other ones up to that one. You just put a piece of shim stock, one of those thin little electrical washers, between the blade, the arm for the blade, and the carrier for the blades, and that tilts them. If you get them within 1/8 of an inch, it runs perfect. But you can use magazine covers that are wax coated and get them right on the money if you want to waste your time. But this mess about adding metal weights and paper clips to stuff and gluing things on the blades, it's not that the blades are out of balance by weight. They're out of balance because they're cutting through the air at different heights. And they take away air, but they take away different amounts with every blade. So if you have a blade that's taking away a lot of air, followed by one that's not taking much of a bite because you always just move the air out of the way, it has an aerodynamic load that's different. So rather than all pulling down the same amount, it's going around in a circle trying to push down all the way around, and it makes it wobble. It's an aerodynamic problem. It is not a weight problem. The company literature tells you to take the blades off 2 at a time and switch them. And what they're hoping is when you put them back, by some dumb luck, you'll have switched them to some way that makes it work right. Oh, come on, computer. We don't need all these extra screens. Anyway, this is toroidal transformers. These things are primarily used in audio work, like rock and roll band amplifiers for speakers, because they don't interfere with the signal and feedback and feed on themselves. They're a real clean magnetic signature. Doesn't make any difference in a kitchen appliance, but that's the reason. And if they didn't have that feature, they wouldn't manufacture them at all. This is not a ring inductor. That's a different thing altogether. It looks like it, but it's not one. They're both round. That's where the similarity ends. Okay. What would be the next thing? I think the next thing would be to get out some terminal blocks tomorrow and show you what we're going to be using to do the work inside of the where I have the orange terminal strips. I'm going to take them out and put in these ones I got from China. Who did we get those from? Buy something once and you got their name forever. No. No. I think I got it from Cherise Lai. Oh, there's a lot of accessories goes with these things. And I bought bags of accessories. These go between individual blocks. Like if one is the hot side of a 220 and the next one is low side, or one's in neutral and you don't want any kind of cross communication, use that. This is one for a really small terminal block. They come in all kinds of sizes. She sent me their catalog. This might be it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is what I actually ordered, which okay. I got blue. I'm going to put green wires on the blue blocks. I got yellow. I'm going to land the white wires on the yellow blocks. I got red and black. Shows you the wire size that it goes through. That'll fit into the blocks. These upper ones up here, those are 32 amp, and the next size down here, those are 76 amps. And what I was looking for was something I saw in Outback Garage. That's maximum magnification. Sorry about that. That's these blocks here. You got 2 wires on one side of the DIN rail and 2 on the other side. And the strip that goes from side to side comes across all 4 of those. So basically you can connect 4 wires together. So you got a lead here to go to your batteries for your BMS balance leads. Coming in the other side, you got the wires to go to the BMS itself, to the battery management module. Above that, you can put in an active balancer. In other words, you don't burn the extra electric to resistance and heat. You just take from the lowest cell and put it in the highest cell and put it in the lowest cell. And on the other side, you can put in a second active balancer if your batteries are way off or one of them is defective or whatever, and you just want to bring them back into line. You want the top charge to balance be the same. BMS, battery management system, what it is a series of voltage measuring devices for each individual cell of your 16 cells. And you have a high limit that shuts the whole battery off. You have a limit that quits charging up, one that won't let it go charge below a certain temperature. You have the discharge voltage you want it to stop feeding anything. And what it does is it manages cells to keep the voltage in a range. That's its whole game in life. DIN rail is this bent piece of sheet metal all those parts clip onto. This block here is for the four conductor things so that you can't cross-talk any of the wires. And then we have for the 76 amp and for the 32 amp, this drops into the slots on top of the blocks. It interconnects however many pieces you slot into wherever you want, or break it into with your pliers. And this connects all those blocks to be a common block. I could have connected 2 of them together with pieces of that in place of the 4-way block up here. But this looks so neat. Why would you not do that? Okay, there's Can you see sort of a rectangular cutout here in the top and middle of this thing? See this one too? Another one? There's two of them in the double block down here. And that lines up with the screw hole in this strap that goes across all these connection points. So when you screw into that strap on multiple blocks, then you have all the screws that are connected in that anyway are made. So we're gonna do a hands-on terminal block thing here shortly. We're gonna call this the end of video 3. Yeah, that's enough for now. I'm trying to shut this off, but I got gout and it's not working so well.